Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your most favorite manifestation coach under the sun. Reason why there's no such coaching like my coaching, and nobody spends as much time with and on their clients like I do. True story. All the information from me is below. There are 3 packages that I coach in, and I recommend 2 to 3 months minimum in coaching with me to see results and to go through the coaching program that I've developed over the last 8 years that I've been coaching. You have the choice between audio exchange, primarily. There are some phone calls included in that coaching package. Then there are Zoom sessions unlimited, as well as telephone sessions unlimited deluxe, and that includes as well unlimited emails and text messages with me. I'm very thorough in my coaching. I go through everything, starting with your childhood in the beginning, through your adolescence, college years, etc., all the way up until today. Reason why I do it so thoroughly is because I want to get to know the person in my coaching and understand all the ins and outs of your psyche, your beliefs, the program that you're operating on as of today, and what I need to work on. And then and only then do I go into exercises like changing your beliefs, forgiveness, etc. I usually custom tailor the program towards the person in my coaching, but more or less is the same process. First, we cover the history, then we do the exercises, and then we embark upon creating a new you, a new story. And then I go through certain other things like the energy work and day-to-day practices. Some people stay with me in coaching as much as a year or more, but the people who have stayed, I should mention, the people who have stayed with me in coaching more than a year, it was outside YouTube. It's a totally different situation. I've coached mainly in the entertainment business before coming on YouTube about a year ago. With coaching, I was asked to coach on YouTube, and that's why I started coaching on YouTube. And so in this capacity where it's so intense, 2 to 3 months or however long it takes you, some people have taken up to 6 months. I honestly would not recommend past that. I think you need to really focus, unless you really would like to do that. I personally don't recommend it. It needs to be that you address everything that I'm telling you. You listening to the suggestions that I'm giving you. You're open and honest, humble, and you take my straightforward approach. I'm a very, very direct coach. I don't dilly-dally. I demand results. I demand you show up. I can do your push-ups for you. I do curse in my coaching. It's for emphasis only, not to disrespect you, and everything is confidential, obviously, and of course, unless I become aware of some kind of other issue that cannot be helped in coaching, like you become a danger to yourself, myself, or somebody else, and you explicitly tell me about it. In that case, obviously, the confidentiality will be lifted. Never had to deal with it. However, it's in the clause, and that's the agreement you have to sign with me whenever booking. Now, parenthesis here, you need to pre-book my coaching ahead of time. There's always a rotation in my coaching. I always have 20-25 people in my coaching at a time. And so the best way to get into my coaching is to pre-book, means to pay for it, and to sign the agreement, send it to me, and schedule a call with me saying, Anna, I want to tell you about my story. And then I will schedule a time when we can actually begin our coaching, which usually is, truth be told, it's about a week, maybe 10 days, away from you starting. But I will definitely schedule a call with you once you book the monthly coaching. If you're not sure which package is for you, you can just book the hour, and then I can advise you on what I see best for you in order to conduct this coaching. But be prepared to come. This is a boot camp. This is not to, kind of like waltz around and do nothing. This is a boot camp because you need to revolutionize your life. Additionally, I've started the private club academy where I discuss things that, well, they're not beginner. Okay, they're not beginner level. I consider my channel somewhat beginner. I discuss SPs a lot because people have asked me to, again, and I just responded to the need. But I discuss in the private club some things that I'm not really comfortable discussing because it involves a lot of like personal information, and so you would need to subscribe and sign up for the monthly fee in order to receive those audios twice a week, Mondays or Tuesdays, and then Fridays or Saturdays. In between, I may be inspired to send you an additional audio, but it's only if I am, but it's a total of 8 audios, about a half hour each. I mean, there will be times that I will go over, but essentially this is next echelon stuff that I don't feel like I want to discuss on my channel. One, it's not something for the public consumption, I feel like, meaning it's not for everybody. And two, I feel like I would like to have this club of sharing my personal information where I get to know the people who are actually listening to these audios. That is not to say and that you're in my coaching, you're not going to have any communication with me. The best way to communicate with me is to come to my coaching. But this is the next best thing to actually, being in coaching as far as being on the next level. If you've gone through my coaching, you would know that I share a lot of things. And those are things that I don't share on my channel. And this is what I put into the private club. So I guess that's a tier of towards my coaching. I don't know how to define it yet, but it's something that I have established in order for the people of the next level to get the next level information, I should say. I'm very well aware that, by the way, that, things that are put out there on the internet are not even in the vicinity of the things that I put out. And not to brag on me, it's just the research that I have done through the last 15 years. And I just understand the kind of things that I deliver. And I don't feel like, it needs to be embellished in any kind of like production way. It's just the information that matters. And so if you're into information and bettering your life, I think that you will understand the value of that. If you have any questions, please comment or email me directly. Happy New Year, everybody. Really happy for this year. Somehow we've had so much champagne last night. It was extraordinary, such good champagne too. And it felt like, I don't know, it didn't feel like winter. It felt like spring. It felt like something completely marvelous is happening. And I've never had such a great New Year's in my life, actually. It was really, the energy was so high echelon. I cannot even say in words. And I don't know, I'm really grateful. I know this is like a really long intro, but whatever. Listen, if the worst thing you have against me is my long intros, I think I'm doing pretty good in life. So the subject of today is you are the golden Buddha. So of 2024, which by the way, if you're into numerology, it equals 8, which means infinity. You are the golden Buddha of infinity and of your life, as it were. And that's, quite frankly, the power that you hold in 2024 and 2025 and 2020, whenever. This is what I help discover my clients in coaching, that they are the superhero of their story. There's no other way for me to put it, really. You walking around your life with your SP problems and this, that, and the other, pretending like you're somebody you're not. Meanwhile, you're one of a kind. You're the true artistry of your life. You're the art form of your life, not in a narcissistic way, but in a profound understanding of how this reality actually works. In other words, they can't, cannot, and don't make another one of you. You're the only one of a kind. You're one of a kind, darling. And so, what's one of a kind about you? Becoming authentic to your truth, to your talents, right? Becoming more on purpose about your desires, becoming more bold, more daring, more loud about it. Not like screaming, but more loud in the sense that in your life you make decisions that are appropriate, aligned with your truth, with your golden Buddha status. Like we were walking this afternoon with my man, and we saw this billboard of Kate Moss. And Kate Moss, mind you, is 49 years old, not for nothing, but you know, some might say, oh, she's seen her days and this and that and the other. She looks absolutely fantastic, in my opinion. And she had this look in her eyes in that photograph on the billboard, like, don't you know who I am? I am made of gold. And I remember, you know, in the 90s, when she was coming up and people were criticizing her like shit. I mean, like, she's not tall enough. She looks weird. She looks da 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 da. And you know what? She still made it. And she's one of the top models of the 90s, even though people criticized her and tried to, you know, throw their own insecurities on her and this and the other. She is one of a kind. She's one of the most recognizable faces in the world. And you are that too. You are that too. You are that genius if you know it. You ever notice a person who's not quote unquote traditionally good looking and stands out in the room because they have this magnetism, they have this knowing about themselves, like not in not in a narcissistic way, not in a braggadocio, not in like, you know, kind of like superficial way, but in a very knowing, confident, deliberate, magnetic way. I don't have to do a thing. The world comes and surrenders to my feet, quite frankly. Couldn't care less. I know who I am. And this is a recipe that I want you to go into this year. Well, I suggest. I can always suggest, but it's up to you, darling. Just like in my coaching. With that knowing, this right here, this story right here that you're living, the person that you are, with the gifts that you are, in the city that you live, in the house and or the apartment or wherever you live, and the kind of name that you have, the kind of story that you have, this is not to be replicated. This will never be again. How treasuresome, how ambitious is it to be you right now? How extraordinary, how magical. How absolutely ungrateful you may be at this moment to be you. It's a gift to be you. I wake up every morning, I'm like, I had to learn this. And you have to join my fucking private club to hear my story and everything I have to say. I'm not going to dish out over here on the internet. And it's like you pay the subscription and then I send you the audios direct. I want to know who I'm talking. It's just, you know, it's what it is. Gold is gold, and that's how we treat gold. Privacy of some kind, at the very least. You need to understand that who you are is not to be replicated. The authenticity of you is going to carry you through the entirety of your life. It's going to be a superb story and journey if you allow yourself to drop the shit that you've picked up from Mama Drama Panorama and pick up on different beliefs that you yourself compose, mold, create, design to your liking. And that's what I do in my coaching. That's what everybody should do. The seven commandments, by the way. Oh, before I get to that, I wanted to discuss the superhero energy. I have so many notes on my pages. This is like an hour session, you know. The superhero energy is exactly what I just told you. Everything I just told you. The superhero energy that you embody in your being, in your consciousness, is actually backed up by that authenticity, backed up by being you. Nobody can be you. Nobody can take your place. Nobody can replicate you. So how on earth are you struggling with your SP? Are you struggling with money or anything at all? Is beyond me. It's beneath you and it's beyond me. Okay. I'm sorry. I do this in one take. You do realize I record these audios in one fucking take. No editing, no fucking nothing. Oh my god. I just get to pause it and then record, like pause it so I can laugh or something. But it's in one take, my darling. It's in one take. The superhero sorry. The superhero energy is that. It's that gift that nobody can take away from you. Those dreams, those ambitions, those cravings, those inclinations, those je ne sais quoi. It's everything present within you right now. You have it in your consciousness. You've had it all along, my dear. It's like the Wizard of Oz. Okay, so the 7 commandments. Ready? And those are the 7 commandments as per me. You are God of your reality. Second, decide what you want. What do you want? Okay, very important. Ask clearly. Number 3, ask clearly. Okay. Imagine it. That's number 4. Feel as if. No, sorry, feel it. That's 5. Number 6, live as if. And number 7, receive. That's too simplistic, but it sums up the creation process where you start with you are God. That's where we start. That's where we begin. You are God of your reality. Okay? And you get to ask for whatever you want. And as long as you conform this situation to be real, to not be a fantasy. I ask for many people on my channel, of course, and in my coaching to be delusional in the most benevolent sense, in the most productive sense. Yes, imagine it and start creating this idea that this is already here. Not it's coming, it's here. It's coming my ass, it's here, okay? The SP is here, money is here, everything is here. Why? Because I'm the golden Buddha. A lot of you struggle with this like lack of confidence and this and that. This is something you need to work on, quite frankly. When you have the confidence, it's over. Every other kind of like situation is out the window. But the confidence comes through working through your beliefs. And it needs, look, there's a lot of work to be done when you don't believe that you're worthy of the things that you desire. Let me just put it this way, because what you see is like Bashar put, what you see as a ceiling is nothing but a basement in the house, so to speak, as a metaphor. If you're asking for something, okay, if you're asking for USP, you're asking for money, your career, who on earth can stop you? Nobody. But I think a lot of you are asking and thinking that there's somebody else to grant your request. There's nobody there. There's nobody there other than you. Nothing actually exists. Okay? And I can go into this like for like an hour, maybe 2 hour lecture. But essentially, if you're the creator of your reality, there's nobody else granting your wishes other than yourself. You're thinking that there's somebody else or something else, some kind of outside force. And this is where, the religious people, I'm sure will come after me after this and have said, I'll pray for you, and you're like the demon is inside you, and this and that. Okay, I think it's the other way around. I think you misinterpret everything that has been taught by the religion. You misinterpret somebody who is powerful enough to claim their power. You're afraid of the power because you think that you're this minuscule person, and that's so like totally downloaded into everybody's mind who has been growing up in the last I don't know, 50 years or something, maybe more, surely more, but most certainly 50, 60, 70, the last 100 years, let's face it. That it's almost like a sin for them to establish that, yeah, I could be the creator of my life, and it literally means I create everything. And it takes responsibility. It means you don't have anybody to blame. If you are an adult and if you're creating consciously, you have nobody to blame. You're the golden Buddha. Who on earth can you blame? You're in charge. Are you going to if you're a CEO or the owner of the company, are you going to your employees and saying, oh, you're to blame for our company not doing well? No, that's ridiculous. That's absolutely stupid. If you are the queen or the king, I mean, who the fuck can top you? And it goes again for your SP, whether that's a third party situation or whatever kind of situation. If you treat yourself like a golden Buddha, no matter what you look like, by the way, some people have written me like, I'm not a supermodel and I'm not this and the other. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. The confidence and the knowing that you are the golden Buddha and you're irreplaceable is far more attractive than any supermodel fucking looks. Let me tell you this right now. Okay, I've met so many people, again, in the entertainment business, and the people who succeeded the most have the most, yes, courage, but also charisma and confidence. Okay, to dream bigger. Everybody's on the line. Okay, nobody knows what's going to, quote unquote, knows what's going to happen next, and yet they create their reality. Nothing is for sure, nothing is guaranteed, quote unquote, once again, but you can guarantee your life by knowing who you are. I just dropped like a major diamond right there. I hope you got it. And so going back to the 7 commandments, I'm kind of jumping around. But the thought and the emotion of being the power behind everything in your life has to be present in your life, right? So if I think and I feel something towards something, my SP, my money, my career, my whatever it is I'm manifesting this year or going forward this week, this hour, whatever, then that's what it's going to be. Okay? That's the magic potion. Attributing importance to your decisions of thought and emotion combined together. Say to the mountain, move, and the mountain will move. Okay, that's from the Bible. You see how I'm using the things from the religious scripts and from the Bible really, but yet I'm not agreeing with everything. I think this is a healthy dose of using your intellect and really understanding who you are. How to compose your mosaic of life. You don't have to agree with you don't even have to agree with everything I'm saying, actually. But the idea is decide. Become that golden Buddha on the throne and accept yourself, and miracles will happen. Accept yourself fully. The idea behind everything that I'm saying to you here on this channel is literally to accept yourself the way that you are. In its entirety. In your entirety, right? So if you have drama, trauma, panorama, you're not accepting something. You're projecting something onto other people, your SP, your work, your money, this and any other, which has everything to do with you. Your coach, parenthesis here. I've had a couple of these. Not for nothing, but you're going to have to leave that at the door. All of this stuff is a preconceived notion of what you think the world is composed of. The world is composed of you. The end. If there's anything you were to take away from this audio, the world is composed of you. Now, I'm not saying that once in a while you will encounter some distractions and this and that, and it will be, I don't know, entertainment, like I say. Some kind of entertainment, drama is always entertaining. But at your core, the kind of emotions that are projected out into your immediate existence, your immediate relationships, your business, etc., that's what matters the most. Is there never going to be any drama? Of course not. We'll live in this kind of like situation where in this density, the 3D world, some people want to cause some fucking drama. I don't know why. I guess whatever their, inspiration is behind it. But at the core, you're the golden Buddha. And that's the end of that. And essentially, you have to pick the kind of person you want to be. That's the main premise. That's the golden Buddha status, okay? From 1 hour to the next, you can be a different person. True story. You can become a different person. How? Well, decisions are necessary, aren't they? And deciding, I am done being this way. I'm going to be another way. It's as simple as, putting on a different dress, putting on a different perfume, at least shopping for that perfume if you can do it right now. Or, eating different foods, listening to a different music, composing this character of a new person who's got all these things that you want. It's an art form of becoming who you are. The authenticity behind discovering who you are is another art form. I don't know how else to say it to you. It really, really is. And so just by becoming that person, you attract different results, automatically so. Of course, it takes more than a perfume or a dress or a different suit in the man's case to become a different person. However, you can begin with that and then, proceed obviously working on your beliefs. And the reason that matters so very much is because other than you, nothing actually exists. And so if everything is rooted in you, it's of paramount importance to construct the reality based on you, your character. If you understand just this one thing, that nobody's like you, you will never be replicated, you have enormous potential, enormous talents that have yet to be cashed in, quite frankly. Your SP, that's the least of your worries, okay? That everything is easy for you because you are creating this reality. This is of your own volition. So you need to examine, why are you not letting in the things that you actually want to experience? That's the question. That's the billion-dollar question, because that in it lies the answer that you seek for everything. But then it's an iceberg, and then we go into beliefs and all that jazz. But the thing is, why not you? Why everybody else that you look outside in the 3D and observe, and why not you? All of these people, by the way, that you observe, like Elon Musk and everybody else, they're just a representation of an idea. Everything is an idea, by the way. Your city is an idea, your car is an idea, your SP is an idea. I know this may sound a little bit weird for some of you, but it actually is true. None of this is actually real. It's just an idea composed in your mind. And so if you treat it as an extension of yourself, as something that depends solely on you, you will have an easier time manifesting things on purpose and being the kind of person that you want to be. Well, first of all, you will need to embark upon becoming a person, the kind of person that you want to be, and then see the reflection outwardly presented to you that will reflect that, is my point. But the thing is, none of this is actually real in the sense that they're not independent of your consciousness. They're completely 100% dependent on your thoughts, on your feelings, on your energy. 100% of the time. Write it down, like seriously, put it in the bathroom or wherever, in the office. They're 100% dependent on your energy. Everything, your SP, money, drama, panorama. Okay? And so the only situation becomes is that, do you know that you're the golden Buddha of your life, of your universe? And if you don't, you have a lot of work to do. Or some work, I don't know. And lastly, I want to leave you with this. This is no easy work. This is no overnight work. If you want to become truly uncover the golden Buddha within you, which you already are, you just don't know that you are, you need to put in the work. There's no magic potion. There's no like fairy dust, that I can spread all over you. I wish I could, trust me. But it requires work. Consciousness requires work. There are many years that have been put into your consciousness, convincing you otherwise, to think otherwise. Don't you think that you can invest a few months in coaching with somebody who knows what they're doing so that you can transform your consciousness? I think that's a reasonable proposition. And so that's kind of where it's at. You really need to massage it back to where it needs to be. Underneath it all, of course, you are the golden Buddha. You were born that golden Buddha. You just don't know how to be that golden Buddha right now. But you can learn to be that golden Buddha day in and day out if you start getting used to it. If you were like a frozen fish in the freezer, there's going to be like some time to come out of that freezer and, thaw out. That's one metaphor. If you were a golden Buddha covered with like dirt or clay, it will take some time to wash that clay off of you in order to expose the brilliance that you are and the absolute magnificence and golds and diamonds that you've got instilled in you. And that's really all that is. And I think when you understand that premise, it's not SP, it's not the money, it's about like, well, duh, of course I'm going to have everything I want. I'm the golden Buddha. Of course. What are you kidding me? Of course they're going to choose me. Of course they're going to marry me. It's not even a question. Of course I'm going to have my way every single time. Of course I'm going to, anything I want, I will be grateful for the existence of everything that I create. However, I expect it because I'm worthy of it. And of course I'm going to be benevolent, but again, I'm the golden Buddha and I create magic in my life. And in fact, I show others how to be the golden Buddha in their own life. And that's the true magic of life. That's the true power. Thank you very much for listening. All the information for me is below. Until next time. Ciao, ciao.